For more, let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Good to have you with us. So the district attorney says he needs about 10 days to make his decision. Does that sound about right? What's he weighing here?
I don't know this, but I think in all likelihood the decision has largely been made. Yesterday after the press conference, the DA's office had the opportunity to speak with family members, which is interesting. But I mean, I could show you dozens of criminal defendants' family members who also want them out of prison. So while it's fascinating, it's rarely the most compelling thing that a DA's office considers when reevaluating a decades-old conviction. So I guess good for them, but it doesn't make it all that unusual that the family wants them out, because not even their entire family wants them out, as we've seen.
As we heard in that piece there, a lot of this conversation is resting on the fact that attitudes and understandings have changed here about sexual abuse. That certainly matters in the of public opinion, but in a courtroom, how does that attitude come into play here? What does that actually mean for their case?
You know, when you look at the history of different criminal cases, you can see pretty easily, just a few decades ago, how different society's sensibilities were. And there's no question that we look more closely. We're more protective of children now than we were 35 years ago. We're more conscious of things like abuse, which probably went even more underreported back then. But that being said, we kind of already had a laboratory experiment in this case, because they were almost acquitted the first time around when the Menendez brothers were allowed to introduce almost all of the same abuse evidence that's being brought up now. There are two discrete items that were not admitted or not known at the first trial and are now known. But otherwise, at the first trial, they were allowed to introduce evidence of their abuse, and they were almost acquitted. The trial ended in a mistrial. The jury was deadlocked. And the second time around, they were not allowed to introduce that abuse evidence, and they were convicted. So while society's views on this issue have changed dramatically, even back then, they almost got acquitted.
This case has received so much national attention in just the last few weeks. How much does or should a DA consider how the public feels about this, how the family feels about this? Keeping in mind, this is a DA who's up for re-election soon, so that may weigh on his decision.
Okay, this is just my personal opinion. This seems to be a very politically motivated second look at a conviction. If you asked me on the spectrum as a criminal defense attorney of all the criminal defendants I've known, who are the most deserving of this kind of executive clemency, and that's kind of what it is, packaged as a resentencing, but this is essentially the DA's office undoing a conviction that it secured 30-plus years ago. If you were to ask me who were the most deserving 3-4 weeks ago, the Menendez brothers would have been in the middle to the low end. I mean, there are a lot of people who are at least whodunits who are sitting in prison. There's no question that these defendants or these two brothers killed their parents, lied to the police about it, went on a shopping spree, and were only confessed to it when they were finally caught. So, look, do we have different views now today than we used to about child abuse? Absolutely. Are there a lot of criminal defendants sitting in prison for life who have been abused? Yes, I would say a large number have been. So good for these defendants if they can get out, but I am surprised because I wouldn't have put them in my top 100 of most deserving clemency petitions.
High-profile cases are a fascinating animal, aren't they?
You know what else is fascinating is the DA's TikTok right now, the way that he is using it.
We need a whole nother segment.
I know, but just go take a watch if you've got a second. It's interesting.
Yep.
Thanks, Danny.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.